All right, so I've decided to call this day 13, Learning How to Win. Because one of the things that's really hard for lots of people in relationships is they have this idea that they should just know what their partner wants. And it's certainly been my experience is that a lot of the time I was wrong. And so we have this idea that, and it's coming from the younger parts of our brain, that because babies can't communicate what they want, so they rely on parents reading their mind, and children are fairly narcissistic, so they just assume that children can read their mind, but they communicate pretty clearly via their emotion if you happen to get it wrong. And so we tend to carry a lot of those ideas into our relationships, and they get us in trouble. Because we assume that we know what our partner wants, and then we keep giving them something that's not really attuned to them, or we get really upset when our partner doesn't just know. And so what we want to do today is we want to combine a couple of things together. And so what we're hoping for at this stage is your partner should be starting to get warmed up. You've spent nearly 2 weeks now doing a whole bunch of loving, attentive things. Not all of them will work, but hopefully some of them will have worked. And so they will think you're very strange now. They'll be very confused about what's going on with you. But hopefully there will be a sense of like, I kind of like this new person who's living in the house with me. And also remember, and hopefully we've got that box sitting there, so that's building some sense of excitement. And so what we want you to do is we want to start increasing that sense of excitement in the days just before Valentine's. And so what I'd like you to do is to take something from the list of surprises on day 7 and do one of them. And so what we're doing here, so our partner will have basically forgotten that they gave us the list in day 7, and so we're going to pick one of those things at random or something that we can manage in the day and have a go at executing that surprise. And then what we're going to do is later in the day, we're going to do a relationship check-in where we're going to find out what worked, what didn't work. And this is one of the critical skills that I want you to take away, is that you don't have to get it right all of the time. But what we do want to find out is what were the bits that were really good about it, so that the next time you try something like this, is that you're going to be able to be more successful. And so what will happen is in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, you're going to become an increasingly skilled, attuned and competent lover of your partner.